Adam Richard Sandler was born on September 9th, 1966 in Brooklyn, New York, to Judith, a nursery school teacher, and Stanley Sandler, an electrical engineer and World War II veteran. Adam grew up in a close-knit Jewish family, the youngest of four siblings, and spent most of his childhood in Manchester, New Hampshire, after his family moved there when he was 6. It was a humble beginning for a boy who would go on to become one of Hollywood's most bankable and beloved comedy stars. From a young age, Sandler was drawn to humor. Family members remember him as the one who would lighten the mood at gatherings with impressions and jokes. He wasn't the class clown in a disruptive sense, but his sharp wit and ability to make others laugh set him apart. In high school, he discovered stand-up comedy after performing at a Boston comedy club at just 17. That single performance sparked something in him. His older brother Scott encouraged him to pursue it seriously, telling him that comedy might be more than just a hobby. After graduating from Manchester Central High School, Adam attended New York University's Tisch School of the Arts. While at NYU, he studied acting but never gave up on stand-up. He performed regularly at clubs around the city, perfecting the offbeat, goofy style that would later become his trademark. Sandler graduated in 1988, and shortly after, his career began to accelerate. He started landing small television roles, including a part on The Cosby Show and later on MTV's game show Remote Control. In 1990, Dennis Miller, then a star on Saturday Night Live, saw Sandler perform in a comedy club and recommended him to Lorne Michaels. That introduction changed Sandler's life. He joined SNL as a writer and eventually as a cast member, creating characters and sketches that audiences still remember. Opera Man, Cajun Man, and the Thanksgiving Song became fan favorites, and Sandler's goofy songs about everyday life showcased his unique comedic sensibility. But while his time on SNL made him a household name, it wasn't without controversy. After 5 seasons, in 1995, both Sandler and his close friend Chris Farley were let go from the show. At the time, it was a shocking move, but Sandler later said it pushed him into film, a blessing in disguise. That same year, Sandler co-wrote and starred in Billy Madison, his first major leading role in a feature film. Critics panned it, but audiences loved it, and the movie quickly became a cult classic. It set the tone for the kind of roles Sandler would embrace: immature, lovable underdogs with big hearts. In 1996, he followed it up with Happy Gilmore, a film that blended sports, absurd humor, and an underdog story in a way only Sandler could. Inspired by his childhood friend Kyle McDonough, who was a hockey player, the character Happy Gilmore represented Sandler's ability to take simple premises and make them hilariously unforgettable. The film was a commercial success and remains one of his most iconic roles. Over the next several years, Sandler dominated the box office with hits like The Wedding Singer, The Waterboy, and Big Daddy. These films solidified his reputation as a comedy superstar who could also tug at heartstrings. In 1999, he founded Happy Madison Productions, named after his first 2 big films, giving him creative control and the opportunity to help friends and up-and-coming comedians. Through Happy Madison, he produced not only his own movies, but also projects for his friends, including Rob Schneider, David Spade, and Kevin James. While audiences adored him, critics were less kind, often dismissing his films as juvenile. But Sandler seemed unfazed, focusing instead on making movies that made people laugh and that he personally enjoyed creating. And despite negative reviews, his films made hundreds of millions of dollars. His loyalty to his circle of friends and his ability to maintain creative independence set him apart from many Hollywood stars. Sandler's personal life remained relatively private compared to his peers. In 2003, he married Jackie Titone, an actress and model who had converted to Judaism for him. The couple has 2 daughters, Sadie and Sunny, who occasionally appear in his films. Sandler is known for being a devoted family man, often taking his family on set and incorporating his loved ones into his work. He is also famous for his down-to-earth lifestyle, often photographed wearing oversized basketball shorts and sneakers instead of designer suits, even at red carpet events. This unpretentiousness endeared him to fans, who saw him as relatable despite his fame and fortune. In the 2000s, Sandler began exploring dramatic roles. His performance in Paul Thomas Anderson's Punch Drunk Love earned critical acclaim, and showed a different side of him, vulnerable, intense, and capable of nuance. Later, roles in Reign Over Me, Funny People, and especially Uncut Gems in 2019 proved he wasn't just a comedian. Uncut Gems, directed by the Safdie brothers, was a tense thriller that showcased one of Sandler's finest performances, earning him widespread praise and several award nominations, though notably snubbed at the Oscars. This role reminded Hollywood that Sandler could surprise everyone when given the right material. Meanwhile, Sandler continued making comedies, many through his lucrative deal with Netflix. In 2014, he signed a multi-film agreement with the streaming giant, which was later renewed, making him one of Netflix's most valuable stars. Films like Murder Mystery, Hustle, and You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah dominated the platform's charts, proving that Sandler's appeal was as strong as ever in the digital age. Then came 2025 and Happy Gilmore 2. Nearly 30 years after the original, Sandler reprised one of his most beloved roles, thrilling longtime fans. The sequel, which dropped on Netflix, saw Happy Gilmore as a father navigating personal loss while stepping back onto the green for one last showdown. It wasn't just a comedy, it was a heartfelt reflection on aging, family, and legacy. The film featured a flood of cameos from athletes and celebrities, including Travis Kelce, Bad Bunny, and even golf legend John Daly. Sandler co-wrote the film with Tim Herlihy, his longtime collaborator in the so-called secret weapon behind many of his biggest hits. Industry insiders credit Herlihy for helping craft the unique tone of Sandler's comedies, absurd yet warm, silly yet sincere. The sequel also resonated for personal reasons. Sandler has often spoken about his father's love for golf and how that influenced the original film. In many ways, returning to Happy Gilmore allowed him to honor those roots while entertaining a new generation. Critics gave mixed reviews, but fans made it one of Netflix's biggest releases of the year, proving that nostalgia, when done with heart, still sells. Financially, Sandler remains one of Hollywood's richest comedians, with an estimated net worth of over $400 million. His Netflix deals alone have earned him more than $250 million. But beyond the money and fame, what defines Sandler is his loyalty and humility. Co-stars often describe him as generous, kind, and fiercely protective of his friends. He is known for giving lavish gifts, paying crew out of pocket, and sticking with the same writers, producers, and actors for decades. As of 2025, Sandler stands as a rare figure in entertainment, a comedian who has dominated theaters, streaming platforms, and even critical conversations without losing his core identity. He continues to tour as a stand-up comedian, selling out arenas worldwide, and he shows no signs of slowing down. Whether he's making goofy songs, heartfelt family comedies, or intense dramas, Adam Sandler remains committed to one thing: making people feel something, whether it's laughter, nostalgia, or even heartbreak. In the end, his story is one of resilience, collaboration, and authenticity. From a kid doing impressions in New Hampshire to one of the most successful entertainers in the world, Sandler has stayed true to himself every step of the way. And as Happy Gilmore 2 proves, some characters and some stars never lose their swing.